Francisco Davila are suing Adonis Dracos in the amount of $5,800. The Davilas claim their intimacy suffered after the birth of their baby and say the sex surrogate they hired to help their love life deceived them both.
State your name.
Francisco Davila.
Julia Davila.
Sir?
Adonis Dracos.
All right. You are suing the defendant for a breach of contract regarding some sexual activity.
Yes, Your Honor.
Give me some background how you know the man.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm here today suing Adonis Dracos
About a breach of contract
for breach of
sex.
contract for $5,800.
Who's the pimp then?
He took advantage of my wife, Your Honor.
Oh, okay.
What ended up happening, I met my wife at Texas A&M, where we were both studying. I was in the library, I walked out, and I happened to lay my eyes on her, and I knew I had to talk to her, Your Honor. And from that day, I knew I had to marry her, Your Honor.
We finished every sentence. We were always all together all the time. We had the same beliefs and values. I just knew he was gonna be my husband, my only one.
What a beautiful thing. Then what?
Fast forward, Your Honor, we had our first daughter, Anna. So from there, our relationship took a hit. It took a damage. Having a daughter is a beautiful thing, but it made us get into more arguments. It was the stress of taking care of a child, and I just felt us drifting apart, Your Honor.
How many months after the delivery of the child, of your daughter, did you all start having conflicts, and what were the nature of those conflicts? Ma'am, you want to address that?
So after I had birth with Anna, during the pregnancy, it was very an easy pregnancy, but after I started to feel withdrawal, postpartum depression. I didn't know how to voice it upon Francisco, so it was more internal. However, I noticed that our intimacy and our lovey-doveyness was kind of fading apart.
My wife and I had only slept with each other 4 times in the past 2 years, and that's because I wanted to. She wouldn't really let me touch her. She wouldn't initiate any physical contact. A friend recommended me a sex surrogate website, and for me, that was out of the norm. But I had to take a risk, Your Honor. I'm a family man. So I reached out to Mr. Dracos, who assured me that he could ignite the relationship and bring back the sparks and bring it back to what it once was,
By
Your
freaking
Honor.
off with your wife.
That's what ended up happening, but that's not...
Let's pause on this critical moment. Francisco has just laid out his desperation, only 4 intimate encounters in 2 years. This led him to a solution that exists in a very gray area: sex surrogate therapy. This is a controversial practice where a professional uses intimacy as a tool to help clients overcome physical or psychological barriers. Francisco saw it as a final, desperate attempt to save his family by having a professional coach them. However, in doing so, he willingly opened his marriage to a third party in the most intimate way imaginable. The core question here isn't just about the contract, it's about the risk involved. He trusted a stranger with his wife and his marriage, hoping for a therapeutic outcome. What do you think about this decision? Was this a reasonable, last-ditch effort, or did he personally open the door to the destruction of his own marriage?
I know where it is. If you share your wife with some man, y'all freaking off. Now, if she cheating on you, that's a different thing. That's behind your back. You don't know. But if you offering up your wife, you freaking. Let's freak off. Were you with him?
Your Honor...
Were you part of it?
I was part of it.
Was it a threesome?
No, Your Honor. Well, Your Honor, if I could explain, please, Your Honor. He told me that 3 months would bring our relationship back to what it was. I trusted the man. We gave him our trust.
Let me hear from you now. I'll get back to you. Go ahead. Tell me.
Your Honor, I'm the Adonis Dracos, like you heard.
Adonis?
Adonis. I have a Greek background. I'm a sex surrogate. I know it's not the most normal occupation, so let me elaborate a bit.
Now, be a sex surrogate, don't you? You're a sex fiend too, then. You have to have sex on a lot, right?
I do.
With different people.
Not with every couple,
but
not
with
with every
different
client.
people.
I do. I have experience in life.
Sex fiend. Anybody that's having a lot of sex with a lot of people a lot of time is a sex fiend. Now go ahead. What else you want to tell me about yourself?
I enjoy that. I like to bring pleasure to other people's relationships.
Other people's women.
Couples. It depends on the contract and the session we agree on that.
What's your contract say?
With them, we had the contract for 3 months, twice a week, 2 sessions twice a week
with
for
who?
3 months. With both of the...
With both of them?
Yeah, Julia
All right, so
and Francisco de Silva.
sessions with the two of them.
Correct.
All right, freaking off.
Your Honor, the difference is that the clients come to me. I have a business online, and I don't pick the people. The clients pick me, and then I take care of their.
Take care of their what?
I will let you know right now.
Why are you stuttering? Take care of what?
I coach them sexually. Not everybody is a sex expert. It's not the same with people having sex after pregnancy. Women, you have to show them how much you love them. You have to emphasize on everything.
And that's part of your job too, is to show how much you love them. And love is an emotion.
I encourage the husband to show the appreciation towards his wife.
With
spend
different
time on
positions or
intercourse.
So you sit there and watch and say, move it over here. Flip now, flip. Spin around. Spin around. Men like it when you spin around.
Coming up on Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Sir, why didn't you just go to a therapist? Or even more so, why didn't you just turn on some porn?
Your Honor.
See if that worked for you.
And later,
You don't smoke crack?
No, sir.
Never.
No, sir. I'm not a crackhead, Your Honor. I've been really good to my sister.
All right, you ain't got to be a crackhead. Maybe you just tried it once.
Mathis Court is back with the case of Julia and Francisco de Villa, who are suing Adonis Dracos for breach of contract.
Sir, why didn't you just go to a therapist? Or even more so, why didn't you just turn on some porn?
Your Honor.
See if that worked for you.
I know the method was unorthodox, but like I told you prior, 2 years, only had sex with my wife 4 times. I was a desperate man. I had to save my family.
Y'all should have went to a doctor then, and not Dr. Love. You
Well,
should
he
have went
said-
to a therapist.
What he said was partially true, but he left out very important details. He coached us the first month, but during the second month is when he just pitched me the idea, I think it would be beneficial for your relationship if I started sleeping with your wife. He assured me that the results would come after those 3 months. I gave him my trust that he could bring back our relationship to what it once was.
Did you get references, maybe? Did you talk to other couples?
He had good reviews, Your Honor. He had,
Well,
a,
yeah,
I
all
think he
right.
had a 4.7, so
Okay.
I trusted what I saw.
4.8.
Yeah, well, you should get 2 stars now. Shouldn't get any stars. Your Honor.
You look pretty happy right now.
No, I'm not. Your Honor, please. This man has no honor. But that's besides the point. The second month he doesn't try. He sleeps with my wife after I sleep with her. By the 3rd month, I realized that we weren't really making much progress. It wasn't what it once was. So I was firm on my decision and told him his services were no longer needed. From there, he starts sending her texts.
He starts reaching out to me and saying, how are you doing, Francisco? He was hoping we do more sessions because we were making so much progress.
Your Honor, I got the evidence, if I may present it.
Please, Andrew.
Thank you.
I responded to him saying, nice to hear from you. Things are okay and sex with Francisco is a lot better, but not as better as when you were coaching us. Because in reality, it wasn't the same. However, I felt more confident and felt more myself when he was there. He was coaching and catering to my body and
So you
what I
enjoy
wanted.
the peep freak?
Not in the way of him, more the fact that he was coaching my husband.
Because that's, they call it, the formal word is voyeur.
This is the moment the husband's case begins to unravel. The wife's own words, in a text message, admit that the experience was better with the surrogate's coaching. This isn't just a crack in the plaintiff's story, it's a chasm. The entire lawsuit is built on the idea that Adonis was a predator who manipulated the situation. But Julia's confession paints a very different picture, one of a willing, and perhaps even enthusiastic, participant. The lawsuit may be about a broken contract, but it is now clear we are dealing with a broken marriage. How does this bombshell admission change things for you? Is Julia a manipulated victim, or an active architect in her marriage's collapse?
But in the community, they call it peep freak.
In my defense, I always text the clients because, as you understand, we have a closer relationship than a regular therapist. I'm a sex surrogate, so we come very close, we come
All right,
friendly.
stop all the pretty words. Let me ask for one question. He texted her, and then what? And she responded,
I responded.
oh, I need you, because otherwise it ain't right.
He reached out to me to meet up with him at his home around 7 p.m. and I was very skeptical about it because I would never.
What'd your husband say when you were saying, I'm on the way over to get a
The
private
thing was,
session?
he
What
told
did
me
he
not
say?
to tell my husband, so I kept
Pardon
it a
me?
secret. He told me to keep it
Your Honor,
a secret.
He coerced her into going to his place without my knowledge. In the text, you could clearly see he says Francisco doesn't need to know. So I had no idea. She told me
she complied with his request not to tell you, her husband. All right, let's get to you, sir. What else you want to tell me?
Your Honor, I have some evidence of my business, and may I present them, please?
Yes.
Thank you. To add to the previous, I signed the second contract, but this time was only with Julia. Because...
You signed a contract with her alone?
A second contract.
Yes, Your
And did her husband know?
Not that I think so.
So she hid that too. Not only did
Correct.
she hide the first time you all were together,
Correct.
she didn't tell him, admittedly. So she came back a second time.
5 times. We signed a contract for 5 more times, for 5 more sessions,
No,
and she came by herself.
No.
This single piece of paper changes everything. A secret, second contract, signed only by the wife for 5 more sessions. Imagine Francisco's humiliation, finding out in open court that while he was home, his wife was secretly continuing the very therapy he was now suing over. This evidence doesn't just damage his case, it blows it to pieces. Legally, it's almost impossible to argue the surrogate breached a contract when your co-plaintiff secretly signed a new one. The focus of the trial has now completely shifted from the surrogate's actions to the wife's deception. After this revelation, is there any chance for this marriage to survive?
Yes, what do you have to say, ma'am?
Your Honor, so the first session when I came back, I was very skeptical because I wouldn't want to do something behind my husband's back, even though I did. He convinced me thinking that if I don't learn how to please my husband, that he will resent me and that he will leave me and divorce me. So in my defense, I thought this was the best option at the time to help love him in the way that he needs to be loved, but learn...
I'm not buying that, ma'am. You straight up enjoyed him. Once your husband put you with him, you enjoyed it more than you did with your husband, and so you continue to go back over and over and over. I'm not listening to any of the game you're putting on your husband. Keep telling him that, maybe he'll keep believing it. I don't, not 1 second. So he didn't break anything. Your wife broke the laws of your marriage. That's what was broken. You need to sue her.
Your Honor, his ethical...
Or divorce her or do something. This man ain't done nothing but what his job is to do. His job is to have sex with people's wives, and that's what he did. And the wife's obligation to her husband, so you all say, is to have him a part of all of it. And instead, after a short time of you all being a part of it together, she ran off and continued to have sex with him repeatedly and signed a contract behind your back. Your claim is dismissed. Have a good day.
Judge Mathis has ruled in favor of the defendant. The co-plaintiff's claim has been dismissed.
There's a place in hell for you, you know that, right?
Justice was served, and I don't care for anything else.
No, it was wrong, just like you.
Coming up.
We've tried everything, so I'm hoping, Your Honor, pleading that maybe you can knock some sense into her.
I don't do no knocking sense into nobody. Maybe I can talk some sense into her.
Shanice Calloway Henry is suing Denise Calloway in the amount of $750. Miss Calloway Henry claims her sister purchased a baby stroller for her and says the defendant then stole it to pay for her drug habit.
State your name.
Hi, Your Honor. My name is Shanice Calloway Henry.
Ma'am?
Denise Calloway.
All right, and you are suing for $750 for a double stroller your sister gave you and then took it back without your permission, correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
All right, start with you.
I love my sister very, very much. Unfortunately, my sister's brand is the 5-finger discount. She's no longer invited to any of the...
Dolphin?
We now enter a courtroom where family bonds are on trial. A sister is forced to make an unthinkable choice, to publicly label her own sibling a crackhead and a thief, just to get justice. Bringing a family's private agony onto a public stage like this is a cry for help. It's clear that this isn't just about a stolen stroller, it's about years of pain and alleged addiction that have reached a boiling point. The plaintiff is essentially asking the judge to intervene where the family has failed. But is a courtroom the right place to heal a family wound, or will it only leave a permanent scar?
A crackhead?
Yes, she is, Your Honor.
How you know? You don't smoke crack?
No, sir.
Never?
No, sir. I'm not a crackhead, Your Honor. I've been really good to my sister.
All right, you ain't got to be a crackhead. Maybe you just tried it once.
No, Your Honor.
In all seriousness, when did she start the path of destruction?
Your Honor, we've been through a lot as a family. She was there during my miscarriage and was there and supportive of me and purchased this baby stroller. I was surprised that she was able to afford it, being that she's known to steal things from everyone in the family. And I just want her to receive the help she needs. We've tried everything. So I'm hoping, Your Honor, pleading that maybe you can knock some sense into her.
I don't do no knocking sense into nobody. Maybe I can talk some sense into her.
Coming up.
I'm not an addict, Your Honor. I do have pain.
You do have pain.
We all have pain, Your Honor.
No, I feel fine.
Mathis Court is back with the case of Shanice Calloway Henry, who was suing her sister Denise Calloway for theft.
I can't take your word over hers. That's a pretty inflammatory allegation.
She admits to it.
Every single thing you ask her
Yes.
about. Ma'am, did you admit to any of these things?
No, Your Honor. I admitted to my sister that I took back the stroller that she is now suing
And that's
me
what she's
over.
suing you
Stole
about.
the
You tell
stroller.
me about it. Let me get some background from you. And first you can start out by saying, my name is Denise and I'm not an addict.
Yes, that's right, Your Honor. My name is Denise Calloway. I am my sister Shanice's older sister.
And I'm an addict.
And I'm not an addict, Your Honor. I do have pain, but other than that, Your Honor, I've been a wonderful sister.
Oh, you do have pain.
We all have pain, Your Honor.
No, I feel fine.
She admitted to stealing, Your Honor, and where's her prescription?
Stealing the stroller, that's what she said. She
Yes,
took
Your
it back.
Honor.
What'd you take it back for?
I took it back because it was a constant reminder for my sister of what we lost, the baby that she lost, and every day
so the
she had to look
stroller
at
was
it.
for the child
So,
that was
yes, sir, it
lost.
was a double stroller.
And you discussed it with her, obviously. You said, sister, this is a bad
Absolutely
reminder.
not.
Do you mind if I take it back?
I thought I was doing her a favor. It wasn't being used, so I took what I bought.
And here is the defense that complicates everything. Denise admits she took the stroller, but her reason is heart-wrenching. She claims she was trying to protect her sister from the trauma of a miscarriage. This presents two completely different realities. In one, Denise is a manipulative addict, using family tragedy as a cover for theft. In the other, she's a heartbroken sister, trying to help in the only way she knows how, even if it's misguided and illegal. Both stories are rooted in pain, but only one can be true. Is this a masterclass in manipulation, or the tragic confession of a sister who simply didn't know what else to do? Whose story do you believe?
How
And
did
when
you
it got my
discover
money.
it was gone?
So
And then
you're-
what happened after that?
I went to the garage to do an inventory of the previous baby stuff that we have to see what we could use for this baby. And lo and behold, the one item that my sister bought is missing. And my sister has not been supportive throughout this entire pregnancy. During the miscarriage, she was nowhere to be found.
She was nowhere to be found for how many days?
Almost a year, Your Honor.
I was in pain, Your Honor. We had just lost a baby. I was with my sister through all of that. She had her husband, she had my nephew, she got dogs. I didn't have nobody but my pain and the loss. So I had to do what was best for me.
And her
What
problems.
does that mean? Do what was best for you? Use
I needed to
drugs?
get away, you know. Like I said,
Oh,
she
get
has
away.
people
Where did you go for that year?
around.
Dope fiend answers. You're right. Yeah, I
Yeah.
believe she's a drug addict now.
Yes.
Those type of answers.
How will Judge Mathis rule? Find out when Mathis Court returns.
You can say, well, I'm going to give you a stroller. And before you give it, you say, well, I don't think I'm going to do it after all. Nothing you can do. But if you give the item, which is what she did, time you transferred it, it was hers. She was the owner. So you came and stole an item from her. And I guess you weren't thinking straight. And you continue to defend yourself, so I know I can't grant you any help for your addiction because you claim you don't have one. Even though the way you've even behaved in here today has convinced me that she's right. What did you do with the stroller, by the way? Where is it?
She sold it.
Did you sell it?
Yes, Your Honor. It was mine. I bought it.
And you think, once again, with your dope fiend thoughts, that you can come and take something away that has been gifted to somebody else. You still contending that.
She
You
wasn't
need
using it, Your
rehab,
Honor.
ma'am. Let me know when you want to go to rehab. Otherwise, I think you're a crackhead. The way you're
wants to
acting,
go.
the way the things that she said, and your responses has convinced me of that. Judgment for the plaintiff. Have a good day.
Judge Mathis has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant has been ordered to pay $750.
2 families, 2 broken relationships, and 2 verdicts that will change their lives forever. In the first case, the judge's decision was legally sound. The lawsuit against the surrogate was dismissed because the wife's secret second contract made the original agreement irrelevant. The true breakdown, the judge concluded, was not of a business contract, but of a marriage contract. In the second case, the verdict was a painful victory for the plaintiff. The law is clear: a gift, once given, cannot be stolen back, no matter the emotional reason. The defendant's unbelievable story about her year-long disappearance and her admission to selling the stroller sealed her fate. It's a tragic reminder of how addiction can force families into impossible situations. If you found this case as shocking as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns.